It's the National Football Superstar running back. He's riding high after last week. Over 250 yards on the ground. It's the Saints and the...
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead. And we're off in week 2. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing it a try. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Lincoln, and he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough. Now back to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And this time he's not going anywhere. In fact, he'll lose yardage back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And his kick here is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And it's knocked away and incomplete. When you look at the Saints defense, currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be #1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. Now a 3rd and 6. Fields. That is caught. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Saints, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Here's Fields. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Man, those numbers from last week, what do you call a game like that? Monumental? A career game?
Yeah, every one of those adjectives you can pull up. Monumental, mammoth, massive. But you also know that he wants another one just like it in this game. He doesn't plan on slowing down.
Man, if he duplicates that, that would be history. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone.
Over the middle, taken in. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have regained the lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored on opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them, but I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And taken at the 46. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in, and it's hard to defend.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. They'll keep it on the ground. Lincoln. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints are able to add on to that lead. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back 1, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights. After one, 17-7 is our score. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it as we resume action. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Fields. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
Pass. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now a 1st down throw. Fields. He finds his man. Complete. It's Atkins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Running from the gun, Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Fields. And that's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one. This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Second and 5. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are able to extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Broadway. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Carolina. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Saints to take over. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Pushing his way through.
Going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They're going to look to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Carolina getting set to take the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On play action, Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Fields. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This 2nd and 4. Now it's Fields. He'll check this down to Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 36. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On first down, Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Atkins. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Saints' 32-yard line.
Play action. It's Fields. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down, and that will close the gap down to 14. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Buying time to his left. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They go play action here on first down. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw again. That is caught. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is caught. And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, and it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. The Giants played well a week ago. They're doing it again as they try to run their mark to 2-0. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Seahawks still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. The Jags trying to get to 2-0, and they've got the lead on the road.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Fields. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter, but it's just not clicking right now, and it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 33 yards that time.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Saints are able to stretch out their lead. I'll tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's Atkins. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the Saints punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, his Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. There's a ball thrown right side and complete, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. They'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Touchdown! A great effort there. With now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Saints have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. this one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Fields steps away to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. He finds his man, complete. It's Price. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line.
First down, Carolina.
They give to Johnson going right. To about the 26 here.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 14. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On first down, it's Fields. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Up the middle, Johnson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. Fields on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown!
Well, he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lock.
Set to take over. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
On second down, Lincoln looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Saints on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
To throw is Fields.
He finds his man, complete. It's Price. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Now it's Fields.
Screenplay, Johnson. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, the Panthers turned away on fourth down, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
On second down now, Lincoln, and running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards still to go. Third down now.
Third and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lincoln, and they needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they wind up getting 4 there on 4th and 1. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 18-yard line.
Now Fields. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Off play action, Fields. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
First down, Carolina.
They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Price. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
To pick up a 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
Up the middle they go. McKnight, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Panther first down.
Fields now to throw.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now left side on the swing pass. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
And he's got it. Touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, Lincoln.
104 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still second down.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Lincoln, and he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left on 3rd and 6.